costs are not inventoriable and hence are charged against sales revenue in the period in which the revenue is earned. Selling, general, and administrative expense are period costs. So, anyone from the class can give me an explanation here? Ano yung understanding natin dito? Mr. Alberto.
Sir, based lang po sa pagkakaintindi ko po, ito po yung mga cost na hindi nga po inventoriable o yung hindi po siya, wala po siyang kinalaman sa mga product cost po. Tapos including po dito yung mga overhead or sales po, tsaka yung mga administrative cost po.
Okay. Good. Okay. So, yung period cost is yung mga hindi nga na-inventory natin as per Mr. Alberto. So, sila yung mga certain na period of time, revenue earned na sila. Parang against sila with the sales revenue and in the period in which the revenue is earned. No? So, one of the example is yung selling expense natin to the advertising. No? Sila yung mga cost na hindi natin na-inventory pero kasama sa gastusin natin. No? Sila yung mga cost na para makabenta tayo is kino-consider natin part of the cost pero hindi siya part of the inventory. No? Hindi siya can considered as assets. No? It's a kind of revenue driven or revenue driver natin for us to have more sales. Gaya nga ng advertising expense, sila yung mga nagpo-promote ng produkto natin para mas makabenta tayo pero hindi naman siya totally magbibigay sa atin ng mang monetary feedback. Only promotions. Yun yung nakuha natin sa advertising. The direct monetary feedback is a kind of ginastosan natin to and then it will give us more units. It will give us more money. No? So, another thing is administrative expense. Ito naman yung mga matataas na personnel inside the organization. Mga executives nga. So sila, mga binabayaran sila, mahal yung mga gastos, mga sweldo nila, mga trainings nila, mga allowances nila for them to run the business, for them to operate the business efficiently and effectively, and also for them to improve and grow our business. Sila yung mga driver ng business natin, sila yung driver ng ating entity. Okay? No? So, another thing, I would like to express also na itong product cost and period cost is related to the manufacturing cost and non-manufacturing cost. Si product cost is aligned with the manufacturing cost. So, si manufacturing cost, sila din yung mga na-inventory. And then si period cost is aligned with non-manufacturing cost. So si non-manufacturing cost, siya naman yung hindi na-inventory. No? So as same as example, kaya nga ng mga sweldo ng mga executives, mga expenses nila, hindi naman natin pwedeng i-inventory yun. No? So that would be the definition and also differences between the product cost and period cost. Okay? Now, let's move with the various classification of cost. Okay? So first, alam nyo na to. We have variable cost, we have fixed cost, semi-variable cost. Anyone from the class can also define me the variable cost, ano yung understanding nila sa variable cost, ano yung example nila with the variable cost. Anyone from the class? Anyone? Okay, I will call somebody. Mr. Magboo.
So, ang variable cost po para sa akin kung makakaintindi ano po, yung gastusin na nagbabago depende sa dami ng products po.
Depende sa dami ng, sorry?
Ng mga products po or mga serbisyo gano'n.
So meaning you are telling me that this is proportional to the volume, right?
Yes po.
Okay. So somewhat like correct, yeah. Acceptable. So variable cost is as a kind of cost which is dynamic, no? Sila yung mga very dynamic. Sila yung from any period or given period of time nagbabago-bago. So as per Mr. Magbuo, sila yung direct proportion to changes in activity, no? So for example, gas. So last week lang 72 ata yung per liter. Ngayon hindi ko lang kung siya ba ay 72 pa din or 73. Pero last month, as far as I know, nasa around 68 or 65 siya, no? So we can consider this as part of the variable cost. Bakit? Kasi nga pabago-bago siya. So it totally depend on the rating based on the resources, no? It also depend on the volume, no? So when it comes to supply and demand, pag bumaba yung supply ng gasolina natin dito sa Pilipinas, tumataas naman yung demand, tumataas din yung presyo. Once na dumami naman yung supply, it will also lower our price, or it also lower our costing, no? So most probably nitong nagkaroon ng problema sa Ukraine, so bumaba yung supply natin kasi nga may kailangang iwasan si Philippines or sa yung deliveries. I think yun yung understanding ko doon, yung kailangang nagkaroon ng outage due to distribution ng mga gasoline from the Middle East or some of the countries. So that's the reason why bumaba yung supply. Pag bumaba din ng supply, tumaas din naman yung demand natin, no? So because tumataas din yung ating distribution or shipment cost, while yung volume is not totally giving us large of impact, no? So it's totally reflect the supply versus demand, no? Okay. Then another example for the variable cost is electricity bill. So electricity bill, hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na this month 500 lang yung gastusin ko lagi sa kuryente. Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na laging buwan-buwan 500 lang na 500 nagagastos ko sa kuryente. Hindi. It will depend on your consumption naman. It will depend on your usage, no? So the more na mas magkaroon ka ng maraming appliances this entire period of time, no, mas tataas din yung consumption rate mo, mas tataas din yung cost mo. The more na bawasan mo naman yung usage mo and still remain with the basics, with the simples, no? Na sige, electric pa lang muna tayo for the given short period of time or for the given long period of time, wag muna tayo mag-aircon. For sure, bababa din naman yung variable cost mo. So bababa din yung electricity. So now, we will now move to the fixed cost. Ito naman yung kabaligtaran ni variable cost. Kung si variable cost is dynamic, so si fixed cost is static naman. Sila naman yung hindi na babago yung costing. No? Okay? So there are some cases naman na nababago, pero very long period of time pa. No? So I would like to ask, yung bang fishball ngayon is piso pa din? Anyone? Just for me to create an example. Anyone from the class? Is it a kind of fixed cost? Hello? Miss Samantha?
Fishball po.
Yeah, okay. This as simple questions. Is it a kind of fixed cost or variable cost?
Variable cost po.
Bakit?
Since nabago po ang price nito without a longer period of time po. if I'm not mistaken.
Nabago. Sige. So, do you have any other example on how to address this fixed cost? Ano yung mga example ng fixed cost, Miss Samantha?
Since po ang fixed cost po is, which is a cost po na kung saan associated po sa business product, na dapat po is binabayadan regardless po kung magkano po ang mabenta. For example po yung pong renta, weekly payroll, and di po, taxes nga po.
Okay, good. Renta.
Tama ka po?
Apo, renta, I agree. So, sino nag-rent dito sa GCH? Siguro yung iba sa inyo, fix yung bayad sa renta. Let's say, pag sinabing 1.8, 1.8 lang. Nagbabago lang siya due to electricity bill. No? Nagbabago lang siya due to. Pero kung we are talking about the rent alone, yung renta lang mismo, let's say we have 1.3 per month. It's totally fixed cost na 1.3 lang. No. If we are going to combine it with electricity, it will be categorized as semi-variable na. Semi-variable cost na siya. If we are going to define it as alone rental fee na 1.8, it will tell us it is fixed cost. No? One of the example pa for the fixed cost is, kayo pag naghanap ng trabaho, bibigyan kayo ng basic salary. No? Basic salary, it will only change if you are promoted or regularized. No? Pero if you are not, and then working for yourself using this basic salary, let's say, binigyan ka ng, inoperang ka ng company na gustong-gusto mong trabaho, gustong mong company ng starting basic salary is 50,000. For example, for a long period of time, hanggat di ka pa nag-resign or hindi ka pa napopromote or hindi ka pa nabibigyan ng merit increase, it will considered as fixed cost. No? Fixed cost siya. So, magiging variable cost lang siya kapag hinaluan na natin ng overtime. No? Kapag hinaluan mo na siya, magiging semi-variable pala siya. Semi-variable. Kasi yung breakdown ng semi-variable is a kind of mixed cost between the fixed cost plus the variable cost. Okay? So, one of the example pa nitong fixed cost is ano ba? Presyo ng mga produkto sa sa kasa, mga cars, no? So, for any given period of time, pag hindi naman nagbabago yung produkto, same as well with the same unit pa din naman, I think yun pa rin yung presyo nila, no? Hindi naman siya from time to time, month. This month, 1.5 million siya, and then next month, naging 1.2 million na lang kasi bumaba ang demand. Hindi naman siya ganun. Kasi once na ma-release itong product na to, ito, our all new CRV, Honda CRV, ganun. So, the retail price or suggested retail price or our fixed cost is 1.8 million pesos. So, it at the end of promotion niya, 1.8 million pesos pa din siya. Another thing is, yung mga fixed cost natin ay, ano pa ba? Mga taxes. If yung taxes mo is depend on your basic salary or your basic income, it will be considered as fixed cost. Pagka nag-depend naman siya in your dynamic income, let's say OT, allowances, no? So it will considered as variable. So ito namang semi-variable naman to is mixed nga siya. So once na pinagsama mo yung rental fee mo and electricity bill mo in just one certain payment, no, it will considered as our mixed variable or semi-variable cost. Pinag-combine natin yung fixed variable cost na rental fee na 1.8 plus yung variable na 500 pesos for the electricity bill. No, okay. Okay. Any questions? Okay.
Wala naman po, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now, let's proceed. Let's proceed with the cost for planning, control, and decision making. Now, we have first the controllable and non-controllable cost. So, a cost is said to be controllable when the amount of cost is assigned to the head of department and the level of cost is significant under the manager's influence. A non-controllable costs are those costs that are not subject to influence at a given level of managerial supervision. Okay? So, anyone from the class can express their understanding regarding this one? So, I will have to call somebody. Paano ko ba makita ito? Sige. Si Miss Baryon, Rachel Ann.
Yes. Audible po, sir.
Miss Rachel Ann Baryon. Can you
Hello po.
share some
Audible
words?
po.
Would you like to share some words
Okay.
or inputs?
For me po,
Your
pag controllable
understanding.
cost.
But
Okay po. For me
what
po,
is
sir, pag
controllable and
controllable
non-controllable
cost.
cost?
For me po, kapag controllable
Hello?
cost. Hello po, sir.
Hello, hello?
Hello po.
Nag-ano siya, nag-unmute siya kanina eh. Hello? Hindi ka rinig. Hello? Isa pa.
Hello po. Hindi.
Ayan, there you go.
Okay na po, sir.
Ah, wala pa din.
Hello po.
Okay? Sige, Miss Rachel Ann, I think may technical problem ka with your... Rinig nyo? Ako hindi eh. No? May problema sa iLab. Sige, Miss, try ko nga yung iba. Marinig ko yung feedback nila, yung audio nila. Miss Sophia Joy Cantos. Hello?
Po, sir.
Ayan, rinig ko na si Miss Sophia Joy Cantos. Rinig ko naman siya.
Ano
Okay.
po
So, question ko. Can you share me, would you like to share some words about your inputs, your understanding about the controllable and non-controllable costs? You can also read it first and then explain your understanding.
Okay po.
Okay. Sure.
Cost for planning, control, and decision making. Ayun po ba, sir?
Yeah.
Yes po. A cost is said to be controllable when the amount of the cost is assigned to the head of the department and the level of the cost is significantly under the manager's influence. Non-controllable costs are those costs that are not subject to influence at a given level of managerial supervision. So, base po doon po sa mismong pangalan po, controllable cost. So, yung pong mga cost na yun is it was controlled by the managers po or yung mga nasa taas po ng company. While yung non-controllable cost naman po are yung pong mga cost na hindi po siya hawak ng mga managers.
Okay. Sige. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sophia Joy. So, with regards also, controllable and non-controllable costs. So, example, ito yung mga costs natin or specifically manufacturing costs na pwede natin controlin by the managers. Same as what Miss Sophia Joy says na ito yung under the supervision of the managers of high-level people. No? Let's say si manager, kaya niyang i-control through his leadership, through his management, budget allocation, resource capacity optimization. No? He can control na yung direct material cost natin for that given day operations or operating day is, let's allocate only 25%. No? You can control that cost. No? They can control that cost because we are allocating those resources in order for us to respond our demand, second, our requirements or cost business requirements. No? So, you can allocate na sige sa next month operations only 250k euro of cost lang muna for the direct materials yung i-allocate natin. Next thing is direct material cost. So, can also controllable. No? Sila naman yung by the operations manager na pwede nating sabihin, sige, mag-promote tayo dyan ng automations. No? Magkaroon tayo ng project automations dyan and then i-allocate lang natin is only 5% of the manpower na lang. Instead of 50% lahat manpower yon. Pero ngayon, due to automations, mag-propose tayo ng project of automations, no? For us to reduce manpower and for us to reduce direct labor cost. So only 5 manpower or 5% of the manpower na lang is allocated. So through the leadership and assessment analysis of the manager using this accounting principles, using the planning, coordinating, controlling, and decision making, he can create decisions na okay, mag-proceed tayo dun sa automation project, reduce natin itong cost natin when it comes to labor cost, and then increase natin yung productivity natin by increasing our capacity with the operations by having this allocation of 250k euro of the direct materials. Okay, so that would be one of the example, and then just for you to understand more with the basic examples, sige, anyone from here, siguro na mamalingke naman tayo lahat, no? Siguro, yung mga controllable cost natin is yun yung mga cost na pwede natin i-define. Let's say, kapag namalingke ka, sa palengke mismo, sa mga talipapa, pwede kang tumawad, pwede kang humingi ng discount, no? Pwede kang, sabihin natin, 1 kilong kamatis, sabi nila 25 pesos daw. Okay, pwede bang 15 pesos na lang, ale, ganun. Pwede kang tumawad. Isang example naman ng non-controllable cost. Unfortunately, doon ka bumili ng kamatis sa SM, no? Bumili ka na 1 kilo, nakalagay na suggested price na nakatiketa na, nakalagay 50 pesos. Punta ka sa cashier, tumawad ka. Tingin mo, is it applicable na tumawad ka doon for you to control your cost? Diba hindi? No. That would be one of the example for you to understand what is the application of this control and non-controllable cost. Okay? So, now, next. Standard cost. So, from here, we have, I think, 28 more minutes. So, I think we can do some of the simple calculations yet, no? With the standard cost. Okay? So, can you see my screen? Anyone? Still viewable ba?
Yes po.
Yes po.
So, standard cost. Let's proceed with the standard cost calculation. Standard cost is a production or operating cost that is carefully predetermined. No, predetermined to ha. It is a target cost that should be achieved. The target cost is compared with the actual cost in order to measure the performance of a given cost department. So, as a manager or managerial accounting applications, before natin itakbo yung mga forecasted demand na yan, forecasted costing na yan, we are performing lot of analysis pa. No? So, let's say next year, ang purchase price natin is, expect natin $3 lang per unit. No? We have freight costing of 0.12 per unit. No? Receiving and handling of 0.02 per year. This will be the less the purchase discount. No, this would be one of the sample on how we calculate the standard cost. So first, we need first to know the standard price per pound. No? So anyone from the class can compute it. 3 plus 0.12 plus 0.02 less $0.04. How much is it? Okay, Miss Kana Paras.
Sir, $3.1 po.
$3.1. Okay, so we have calculated the standard price per pound is $3.1. Now, we will now proceed to... Wait lang ha. Pag sinumin ko, ba nakikita nyo? Wait lang. I-refresh ko nga ulit. Sabihin niyo sa akin pag magsusumin na. Wait lang. Okay, there you go. Kita ba? Nakasumin ba sa inyo? Naka-slideshow ba?
Hindi po, sir.
Hindi. Hindi din. Sige, let's proceed. Next. Now, with regards also to the standard cost, we also need to know the standard quantity per unit of output. So based on our requirement, forecasted requirement, per bill of material in pounds is 1.2. No? We have 1.2 quantity. No? Quantity naman to. Allowance for waste and spoilage in pounds is 0.1. Allowance for reject in pounds is 0.1. Now, how much or how many is the standard quantity per unit of output? Anyone? It's a kind of summation lang, no? So we have 1.4, right? Okay. Then next, for us to get the standard cost of material, we need to multiply the pounds per the cost, no? Per the pricing or per the rate. No? We have the multiplication of the standard quantity per unit of output multiplied by standard price per pound. So for us to get the standard cost, we have 3.10 times 1.4 pounds equivalent to 4.34 per unit. So that would be our standard cost per unit. No. So that would be one of the example for us to calculate the standard costing. No. Okay. Any question?
Ay, sir. Ang ingit mo naman dito.
Ay,
Pwede ka doon. Kami
Sige, ma'am.
nagkwentuhan.
Okay lang po, ma'am.
Nagka-class ka pa
Opo.
ba? Ay, naku, sorry.
Okay lang po.
Siya, iwanan na kita.
Apo, ma'am. Sige po. Ingat po.
Ng ating ongoing pa.
Apo, ma'am.
At
Apo, ma'am.
message mo pag may kailangan mo tulungan pa kita ng source.
Okay po, ma'am. Sige po. Apo.
One of these days.
Okay.
Promise. Sige.
Sige, ma'am. Thank you po. Hello, class. Okay. Apologies for a quick break. No? Kinausap lang ako ni Miss Angie. Okay. Okay. Any questions from this one? Hello? Wala naman na. Okay. Let's proceed with the incremental cost. The incremental cost is the difference between two or more alternatives. Okay. Its incremental cost is also so-called differential cost. So we are going to differentiate the two alternatives or two options on how we can get those solutions, those proposals. Halimbawa, meron tayong current o existing operations na meron tayong 10 katao. Meron tayong ganitong karaming variable cost o ganitong karaming materyales. Then now, you are looking if we can improve it by proposing additional equipment and replacing additional equipment pala. So, by calculation of the units and also multiplied by the current variable and direct costing natin. So, makukuha mo naman dun yung incremental cost for the current case scenario, for the current operation, which is concluded with lot of manual operations. Now, for us to get the incremental cost for the proposal or for the recommendation of having new equipment, you need to calculate the given demand na 1,800 o given dito units or certain numbers kung gaano karaming units yung demand natin into the price that given for us to purchase those equipment. Now, then once nakuha mo na yan, it will give us our incremental cost for the equipment. Then for us to get the total incremental cost, we need to differentiate those two options. Either the first, we have the incremental cost for the current state scenario, then incremental cost for the proposals to have new equipment. No. So now, let's have this calculation. Okay. So, kita niyo ba yung notes ko? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Kita po.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. So our given is we have 1,800 units. Then is cost purchase cost of for the new equipment to $18 daw, $18. Then ano pa yung given natin? We have direct material which is given as a screen. So, and then ano yung requirement natin? Required is incremental cost for current and proposed equipment, right? Now, how we can get this? First, we have to compute our incremental cost for current state. So, paano yan? So, ang given natin ito is 1,800 units. So, we are doing it based on units, no? So, once we are dealing units, ano ba yung mga consider natin? Yun ba yung mga direct material? Ano pa yung mga, when we are dealing with the units, we are also dealing with the direct labor. Ano pa ba yung mga kasama natin sa units? Yung mga variable manufacturing overhead. Yung bang fixed manufacturing overhead kasama? Anyone? Can you answer if kasama pa ba itong fixed manufacturing overhead dun sa incremental cost for the current state? Anyone can give me feedback? Hello? Sige, tawag ako isa. Miss Andrea. Sa tingin mo, kasama pa ba sa fixed manufacturing overhead natin yung yung sa calculation natin ng incremental cost for the current state? Hello? Hello? Sige, tawag pa ako. Miss Roan May Rosales. Hello? Wala na ba kayo? Hello?
Hello po.
Yeah, Miss Roan. Now, my question is, yung fixed manufacturing overhead, sa tingin mo, kasama pa ba natin siya dun sa calculation natin na incremental cost for the current state? Hello? Any feedback?
Wait lang po.
Okay.
Paulit nga po, sir. Medyo naglalag po eh. Bukas lang po ulan.
Okay. Based on the problem given, I am asking if we are going to compute the incremental cost for the current state, are we going to include the fixed manufacturing overhead?
Ano po?
Do you think
Fix
kasama siya?
Hindi po.
Bakit? Hindi.
Naka-fix na po kasi siya.
Are you sure? Hello?
Po. Kasi independent cost.
Hello? Sige, I will help you. Fixed manufacturing overhead from this case cannot be included in our calculation. Bakit? Fixed overhead costs are unavoidable na, no? When we are dealing with the units, we are also dealing with the dynamic changes. We are dealing with the ano yung mga costs na kasama natin when it comes to unit produce. So, ano ba yung mga costs na yan? We have direct material costs, labor costs, and ano pa yung mga manufacturing overhead costs na yan? Indirect costs, indirect labor costs, indirect materials. No? So, sa pag-produce pa ng units, kasama pa ba natin yung mga fixed manufacturing overhead like rental fee, for example? When we are dealing with the rental fee, kasama pa ba siya sa calculation natin sa unit produce? Rental expenses ng facility. Yun yung mga example ng fixed manufacturing overhead eh. Anyone?
Hindi na po, sir.
Hindi na, no? So, when it comes, yun nga, when we are dealing with the 1,800 units, ang kailangan natin kasama dyan is, unang-una, yung mga given when it comes to direct material. Yun yung kailangan para makapag-produce tayo ng units. Ano pa? Direct labor. Yun yung mga kailangan para meron tayong resources na sila yung magbubuo ng units. Variable manufacturing overhead. Ano yung mga variable manufacturing overhead? Indirect costs, adhesive tapes, yung mga example nga natin kanina. Indirect labor costs, sila yung mga kasama sa expenses natin for us to continue the business. Pero yung mga fixed manufacturing overhead like rental fees, no, hindi naman sila totally aligned with the units. So why we are going to include this on our calculations? Now, we will now move to our calculation. Okay. So our current incremental cost for the current state is equivalent to 1,800 units divided by 7 plus 6. So, equivalent to, anyone can help me? 1,800 units multiplied by 17. Hello? 17. Hello?
Three 30,600 po.
Magkano?
30,600 po.
30,600. Okay? No. 30,600. Then now, we are going to compute the incremental cost for the proposed equipment. Okay. Meron tayong given na 1,800 units again. Ingat. Okay. Then, anong given na cost natin for the equipment? Anyone can tell me how much is the cost for the equipment? Hello?
$18 po.
Okay, $18. Okay. So how much is this?
32,400 po.
32,400. Correct? Now, meron na tayong incremental cost for the current state operations. We have also the incremental cost for the proposed equipment. In order for us to decide if we're going to invest for this equipment, we are going to perform total incremental cost for both two alternatives. Now, we are going to deal with the current state minus the proposed equipment. So, meaning, total incremental cost equivalent to current state incremental minus proposed. Okay? So, magkano yun? So, we have 30,600 minus 32,400. How much is that?
Negative 1,800 po.
Negative 1,800. Okay? So, meaning, from this analysis, are we going to propose new equipment or not? Anyone? Hello? Hello? Sige, I will call somebody. Ingat kayo. Okay. Miss Paula. Mari.
Sir.
Are we going to invest or no?
No po.
Bakit?
Dahil negative po yung answer po.
So meaning, negative meaning, lugi.
Yes
right?
po.
Malulugi tayo in the long run once na we are performing this new equipment and the operations. Mahal-mahal nito tapos ganun pa rin naman ang units. If this proposed equipment will help us to increase our productivity, our units produced, I think it will be better now. Pero ang nangyari is same unit and then higher cost. Then, kukumpara mo naman siya dun sa current state na ang cost lang natin is umaabot lang ng $30,600 per month or for any given time. Ito namang new equipment naman natin is umaabot na ng $30,400 for any given time. So, syempre, doon tayo sa mas mababa yung cost. So, still, we will still remain on the current scenario. No, we will still create our decision na, okay, we as a manager, we as the project leader, let's not proceed this project kasi unang-una in the long run, malulugi din pala tayo. Hindi tayo magiging benefitable dito. Magamanatalo tayo when it comes to costing. No, it will help us only to reduce the labor cost. Pero at the end of the day, in the long run, mas mataas pa rin yung cost ni machines than the direct labor cost and also direct material cost. Okay? So now, any questions? We still have 6 minutes. Hello? Any questions from the class? Okay. Class, any question before we dismiss the class? Hello?
Wala naman po.
Okay, so if we don't have any questions, so next meeting, I think ito kayo yung hawak ko na section na Saturday class lang. So, okay, Miss Eileen Balita, any question? Hello? Miss Eileen? Hello? Okay. You are raising some concerns with regards to your attendance, no? Okay, follow. Okay. Kala ko sasagutin, may tatanong ka. So if we don't have any questions, class, okay. So next week, on our next class, we will have, I think, more calculations and some of the terminologies pa with regards to our chapter 1. And also we will try to start our chapter 2 discussions. No? So add next week. So maybe our FTF class next week. No? So I would like to request everyone also to review our discussion for today. And then next meeting, I will be having a recapitulation from what we discussed today and what we learned today. Kung ano yung understanding nyo and ano yung mga learnings nyo for this day. Okay? So, expect me to have questions regarding to the topics na natakil natin today. So, our last topic right now is incremental cost. So, we still have sunk cost, relevant cost, and some of the calculations pa to discuss next week. No? Okay. So, last question. Ako magtatanong. May tanong ba kayo? Wala. If wala, Mr. Joshua Rubion.
Sir, tanong lang po. Ipopost ga po yung PPT po sa ating G-Classroom?
PDF. I can post. Okay. No?
Thank you po.
Okay, sige. Thank you. So, if we don't have any questions, we have remaining 2 minutes, and I will let it for you to prepare this afternoon, and then let's meet again next week, and then ingat kayo, and thank you so much for attending this class. Okay. So, thank you. Let's meet again next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you po, sir.